everybody. Welcome back. Travis Watts, Director of Investor Education here at Ashcroft Capital. In this short video, what we're talking about are private placement fees. And in nearly every investment you or I make, there's inevitably going to be a fee or some form of fees. So let's explore a few common fees that you're likely to see in the industry as you do your due diligence and you start looking at different private placement offerings. This is not intended to be an all-inclusive list. This is not going to cover every single possible fee that could exist. Every deal is unique and different. These are just some common ones to look out for. So the first fee you're probably going to come across in the industry is called an acquisition fee. And this is paid to the general partner or operator in finding the deal, doing their due diligence, doing their underwriting, raising capital for the deal. So this fee is usually going to be expressed as a percentage. So what you might see is 2 or 3% attached to either the purchase price or the amount of capital raised. The way I kind of like to think about acquisition fees is it's a bit of a reimbursement to the operator or general partner for having the staff and overhead and taking flights and travel and having to do all their due diligence and their legal docs and working with CPAs and attorneys. There's a lot of upfront cost and time that goes into closing large acquisitions. And so this fee helps to kind of reimburse and hopefully profit a little bit the operator and general partner for putting the deal together. The next fee you're likely to run into is a disposition fee. It's not on every deal, but it's a fee paid to the general partner or operator when they go to sell a property. It's also represented as a percentage, just like the acquisition fee. So you might see, for example purposes, 1% of the sale price ends up being a disposition fee. Another kind of fee that you're likely going to see in the industry are financing fees. Not every deal, again, is going to have this kind of fee. It's paid to general partner operators for securing loans or getting debt on the property. There's a lot of legwork, time and effort and energy and connections involved in securing financing. So you might see something like, for example, a quarter of a point or a half a point or maybe even 1% of the total amount of secured debt represented as a fee. The next fee is one of the most common fees in the industry, and it's an asset management fee. So essentially what a general partner or operator is they're basically an asset manager. They're overseeing the property that you're investing in. They're making sure the property managers are doing their job. They're making sure the construction crews are doing their job. They're making sure that the business plan is getting executed on time, efficiently, and on budget. And so for that, that's in many cases a daily job, sometimes at minimum a weekly job, and certainly a monthly job. And so you might see this represented, usually it's a percentage. So it could be, for example, 1% of equity raised and outstanding. If you're looking at something like a fund, you might see it represented as 2% of gross collected rents. If there's a preferred return, or what sometimes we refer to as a coupon on the deal, the asset management fee is usually not paid until the investors have been caught up on their preferred return or coupon. But again, just a generalization, every deal is different. Please do your due diligence and seek license advice when it comes to the deal that you're looking at. Another fee you may see if you're investing in a fund or a larger portfolio is something like an admin fee. And it's just because there's so many properties that have to be managed within that fund or that portfolio that you might have an additional fee that's maybe, I don't know, 1/4% up to maybe 0.5%, something like that, that's tied to just the admin tasks associated with organizing and getting investor communication and docs out there and investor portals and so much stuff that goes into investor services we won't get into in this video. And last but not least, even though this is not technically a fee, this is important to point out that one of the biggest income producing elements to a syndication when it comes to the operator general partner making money is a back end split. And so what you might see when you're looking at a pro forma or investment overview is a 70-30 split or 60-40 split or 50-50 split. What they're talking about is any potential equity on the back end of the deal. Let's say they bought a property at I don't know, $90 million and they're selling it at $100 million. Well, that represents $10 million in equity on the back end of the deal. So when they say 70-30 split, they're talking about 70% of that $10 million or $7 million effectively would be sent to limited partners, and 30% or $3 million in that case would be sent to the general partner or the operator. So again, not technically a fee, quote unquote, but definitely a large and substantial piece of revenue to essentially reward the operator or general partner for doing a good job on the business plan. They don't get that split if there's no equity at the end of the deal. So it's to their advantage to try to do the best they can on the business plan and maximize the potential profit on the back end. So it's important to remember that every deal is different, every operator is different, and this video is not an all-inclusive list of every structure and every possibility that exists out there. But I do hope that this video added some value in covering some common terminology and explaining what these various fees are used for to help familiarize you with real estate private placement fees. As always, if you want to take a deeper dive, you want to reach out to me directly, always happy to do that. You can reach me at travis@ashcroftcapital.com. Thank you for watching.